Hey, so today we're going to be traveling to the European country of the Faroe Islands. Prior to 2019, this country was picking up a lot of steam in the tourism area, and it is not hard to see why because it is so beautiful. Although it is islands, it is quite cold here, so make sure you pack a jacket when you do come. So we're going to be looking at a few things to do, some couple places to stay, and ways to get around the island as well. Our first stop is the main island. I won't even try to pronounce the names of places because I know I'm going to mispronounce the names. I know I mispronounce names every episode, but I would be terrible this episode if I even tried. So the main island is where most international visitors will come into because it has the main airport. Our first stop is this waterfall. And the good thing about this waterfall is it's only a 15-minute drive away from the airport. So as soon as you get to these islands, you can see how truly beautiful it is. Okay, you park in the parking lot, and it's a short and easy walk. Also, it's free, so it's like a short, easy hike, about 1 to 2 hours. Just depending on how often you stop and how fast you walk. Next, we are actually going to be leaving this island and going to the next island. And it is the largest island of the Faroes, and it has 50,000 residents who live here. Our first city is here, and it has a lot of cool hip cafes and delicious restaurants here. And this is also where you can find a lot of the old wooden buildings with the turf roof, and the oldest one is, I believe, 500 years old. So it's a great place to take pictures and walk around and just enjoy the beautiful city. Here is the old city. It's small, just a couple of streets. It crisscrossing hills. The houses are neatly restored. Also, here you can find various parliament buildings, and a lot of tourists like to just walk around and just take in the beauty of this town. Our next tourist destination in this island is here. It's called the Bird Cliffs, and you can take a 2-hour cruise or slash boat ride and see the puffins. One thing to note though is that the seas can be rough here, so just keep that in mind if you do get seasick, and prepare yourself. But it is so beautiful. You're sailing through the fjords and get to see like a lot of nature and a different view of the Faroe Islands. Next, we are going to actually be leaving this island for another island. This island does have a small population that lives here, and you can stay overnight if you do choose to. But most people come here just for a day trip and stay a couple hours and then go back to whatever other island that they're going to be staying in. And to get here, you need to take the public ferry, or you could take a private boat, or if you are really balling, you could take a helicopter. You can only visit this island during the summer months, and tickets should be reserved weeks in advance. Also, please note that boat rides, helicopter rides, and even the ferry can be canceled last minute due to bad weather, which can be a frequent occurrence. So make sure to keep that in mind, and if it does happen, just know it's for your safety. One of the most popular things to do on this island is to actually walk to the lighthouse. Well, I say walk, but it's kind of like a walk slash hike. The trek can be steep in places, but most of it is rather flat. You can also see a lot of puffins here as well. The hiking trails are clearly marked, and the hike is relatively easy. There is a motto on this island: is leave only footprints and do not disturb the puffins. So, I actually don't have any hotels for the Faroe Islands, and it's not because they don't offer hotels. They do offer plenty of different hotels at different price points that are great, but to be honest, for me, the true stars are the Airbnbs here, because everywhere is just so beautiful, and all these Airbnbs, it has tons of options and the views are amazing. I'm going to pop a few of my favorite Airbnbs up on the screen now, and you can just see how a lot of the Airbnbs are just like on the water and are really affordable too. And as always, if you're traveling with the family, an Airbnb may be the best option. You get laundry, you get the option to make your own food. Well, I know a lot of people don't like to make their own food on vacation because they're on vacation. I'm also one of those people who don't really care to cook on vacation, but I kind of have to sometimes just because. But anyways, back to these Airbnbs. They are so gorgeous and affordable prices. You can find private rooms. You can rent the entire houses if you choose to. But just check out Airbnbs in the Faroe Islands and you'll see what I'm talking about. And this isn't even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to how amazing these Airbnbs are. So, our next and last section is actually getting around the Faroe Islands. One of the best ways to see the islands is to actually do a road trip and drive. It's definitely easier to drive in the summer months. The road conditions are very good. Every road that I drove on was paved and well maintained. One thing to note though is that the roads are kind of narrow at times, so make sure to keep that in mind. Also, there are a lot of curves and steep mountains and that you have to go over. So it's definitely best to take things slow when you're driving here. Also, the wind is strong and on those curves it can get a tad bit scary, but it's definitely worth it, and hopefully you enjoy your trip here. See you on the next video. Bye.